Hey guys, I just wanted to do a different kind of video. This is probably the only time I'll ever do anything like this, so I hope you guys can bear with me. If you have listened to my videos for any length of time, you know that there's like three things I don't talk about. I don't talk about religion, I don't talk about politics, and I don't talk about myself. I don't want my videos to be about those things. There's a lot of channels that cover those topics, but I'm not one of them. I try to just stick to eyewitness accounts. I really don't like to theorize on things. Because I don't know, and so that's why I don't. I try to leave those topics out. Sometimes, of course, they bleed into the paranormal, but generally, or into the accounts. I mean, but generally, I try to stay away from them. I want to share something that happened to me that I really don't talk about a lot, and I don't really know if this is what kind of got me into this or not. It's just something that happened, and I want to talk about the loss of a friend. I just recently lost my friend. She was a cat, but I'm not really I've never been a people person. I'm kind of like, I've always been shy. I've always kind of like done my own thing. Most of the people that meet me think I'm just weird, and I accept that. I'm like, okay, I'm weird. I can't change it. I am the way I am. So I've had pets, of course, and I really become attached to them. When I was young, I had a number of cats, dogs, and stuff. But when I got older, I really had two cats that were with me through my entire life. I lost one of them 4 years ago, and I lost the other one this week. And it's been hard. And it's kind of been hard for me. I don't know. I just kind of wanted to, I don't know, I just kind of wanted to, I'm trying to find some answers, and I've been looking through NDE reports and people's encounters with their animals, and I don't know. I know that something strange happened to me when I was a kid, and I'm going to talk about that, and because since my cat died this week on Monday, on the 12th, I've been kind of thinking about this a lot because I'm trying to look for answers, and so I'm going to talk about my NDE experience, and then I'm going to share, I don't know if it's a poem or what it is, but it's just like, I just wrote it. I needed a creative outlet for my sadness, and I wrote this, and most of you guys will probably turn it off and think it's like cheesy and stupid and lame. And if you want to unsubscribe to me, that's fine. I just needed to do this to kind of get it out there. I'm hoping to get over this pain I'm in. So, anyways. Okay, so when I was like, I think I was 5 or 6. At the most, I was 7, but I think I was around 5 or 6 years old. My mother took me and my brother. He was also around my age. He was a little younger than me. I think he's about a year younger than me. She took us to the beach. This beach called North Beach. It was a really nice beach, and it was about a half hour outside of town. We went to the beach, and it was a nice day. It was, as usual, North Beach is a really nice beach, and it's always packed. Always lots of people. So, I remember this, I remember being at the beach, and, I remember going, okay, there was the beach, and there was like a little gravel road, and then there was like another side of the beach, which was on the other side of it, and there was like I remember that there was a pipe, there was like a hole in the ground, like a I don't know, like the pipe pumped water through it, and it just kind of like created like this little, like a tiny little pond, you know. It was like a little pond that this pipe, drain the water into. And it was really, I remember the water was kind of like nice, because the beach, the waves were like really, well, if you go to North Beach, there's almost never a time when the waves aren't crashing in and they're coming in loud and it's cold. And so anyways, well, I went over and I was playing with these I don't know if I was playing with the kids, but I remember that I went into the water, and I went in and I kept going in. And at the time I was like 5 or 6 or whatever, and I didn't know how to swim. So I went into this like pond thing, and there were other kids there swimming and stuff. But I remember I went in, and at some point I got so deep in that I couldn't get out. Like, I couldn't reach the surface. I tried to surface, but I couldn't. So I was kind of like jumping up and down, trying to get to the surface so I could breathe. And I remember that at some point I kind of realized that it wasn't going to happen. And even though I was a little kid, I absolutely remember this, thinking that, okay, this is it, it's over. I remember thinking this in my head, even as a little kid, thinking, okay, it's over, this is it, it's my time. This is the strangest thing, because when you're 5 years old, you don't think of things like that, right? But I thought that, even as a little kid. I remember this, thinking that in my head. Okay, so I remember swallowing water, and the next thing I remember is, I remember I remember there was like a haze. I remember looking at the bottom, and there was like this kind of red netting that was at the bottom on the sand. And I remember looking down at it, and I remember looking at these, I don't know if they were plants or something, but they were like plants or coming, they were in the dirt. Anyways, I remember looking at them, and I remember it kind of faded out. But I remember this. I remember it got really, really, really warm. I remember this incredible warmth. And I remember that it felt good. And that's what I remember. The next part, I have these, okay, this is like this is where it kind of gets weird. I have this memory that I don't know, like, I don't really know what it was. The next thing I remembered was looking down at the beach from above. That's the only thing I remember. And it's really, really hazy, and it's really, really, it's kind of vague. I don't really remember much. I just remember looking down from a high up position at the beach, at the waves. I could see, I think I could see people. It's so, this was so long ago that I don't really remember it perfectly. But I do remember looking at, like, water and waves. I don't remember it perfectly, but I do remember looking at the waves. I knew, like, it was that day, okay? Like, it was like I just, like, got lifted up. But I don't remember any of that. I don't remember being lifted up, and I wasn't flying around or anything like that. I was just looking down from above. That's the only thing I remember. The very next memory I have was waking up, and there was a girl. I was on the beach. There was people looking down at me, and there was a girl, like, doing something to me. I don't think she was like a lifeguard or anything like that. I think she was just there, and she pulled me out of the water. And but I don't remember any of that. I just remember waking up on the beach and looking up and seeing these people, and there was a woman doing something to me. I might have been giving me mouth to mouth, or she might have just been doing something. But I remember getting up, and I ran to see my mom, who was down the beach still. I don't think she was aware of what happened. And honestly, I don't remember anything else about that day. I don't remember anything else. I don't remember if I told her or anything. And I've really kind of put the experience out of my mind, and it's true. It's 100% true. I'm not making anything up. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Was I dreaming? Was it an NDE? I don't know. I'm not going to go and say, oh yeah, this is what happened. No, I don't know what happened. I just know that it felt really warm. It felt good. It wasn't remotely scary. It was scary, I think, when I realized, like, oh, this is it. But then it was almost like I accepted it, and it was like, okay. And then I remember it felt warm, really warm, like it felt so good. And I remember it felt really good. And I have this hazy memory of being above the beach, looking down at the water, the waves coming in. And the next thing I remember is this girl, are these people looking up and seeing these people around me. I don't know. I don't know what happened, and I don't know, and I've never pretended to know, and you'll never hear me saying I know what's going on. That's just not. I don't know. I've had some strange experiences in my life that I've never seen a ghost, and I've never seen an alien, and I've never had anything like that happen. But I've had experiences with lights in the sky. Things like that I've seen things that were very, very strange, that I have no answers for it, and I don't think science does either, because the things I've seen, and I'm not saying I've seen a ton of stuff, I've just seen a few things, and it's always like when I'm doing stuff that I'm not thinking about, paranormal stuff. I was like going to work or something at 3:30 in the morning, and I saw something on the road. Or I was going to go hiking up in the woods, and I was driving to the location, and I was with a friend, and I saw something strange, beside the road. And it's stuff like that. Like, it's never like I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go like hunting for this or that. It's just there, And I'm like talking about sports, and all of a sudden I look over and there's this thing there. It's always like that, and for me, and it's not like a whole bunch. Like I'm saying, I'm not like one of these people that sees things every other day. I've just seen a few things, and they're very strange, and that's why I think this is why I'm more open to the idea that, like, people say, oh, there's no proof, or they're just stories. Well, I know what I've seen, and to somebody else they probably sound like stories, but I know what I've seen, so I accept it, and I say, well, like, I don't think I'm crazy, but like, I know what I've seen, and I'm more willing, I think I'm more open to the idea that these things are real, this thing is real, these experiences that people are having are real. And I think people have to experience things for themselves before they can kind of open themselves up to other people's experiences. I read a lot of skeptics talking, and a lot of them, I don't know. I don't give them a lot of credence. I think that a lot of them are just are willing to shut down anything. They have such closed minds because they've never experienced, and even if they have experienced something, they're so eager to explain it away as something else, even though what they're explaining away with is absolutely irrational and it doesn't make any sense. That's just my feelings about it, and I don't really like debating people. You believe what you want to believe, and I'll believe what I want to believe. I know what I believe. I know. And I'm not saying it's real or anything, but I know what I experience. I know what I've seen. I know what I've experienced. I know what I've seen. So I've been kind of rambling, and I'm sorry. I just kind of wanted to like get that off my chest because I've been going through a lot this week with the loss of my cat. Because of the loss of my cat, I kind of like been really dwelling on this whole like experience, because I have to wonder, like, do we see our pets when we pass away? I didn't see anything that I can remember other than looking down. I didn't see any relatives or anything. I don't even know did I see what I saw? Was it a dream? Like I said, I don't know. But this has really kind of got me wondering, do we see our pets in the afterlife? I read a lot of NDE reports where people said they crossed over and their pets were there waiting for them. And I hope that is the case. If there is an afterlife, if there is something, I don't know what it is. I read a lot of NDE reports. A lot of NDE reports say that there's nothing after this life, or a lot of them say that they've seen bad things. And then there's a large portion that say they have seen beautiful things on the other side. On the 12th of September, I lost my cat of 16 years. She was my roommate and my friend, and she was always there to greet me when I got home. She never really ran to the door, but she always gave me like a little bit of a head bob. And there was like this cord that hung down from the TV that she would wake me up every morning because she wanted her food, of course. But she would always get me up in the morning, sometimes when I didn't want to get up. But she was always there. She was really consistent. She was always in my life for the last 16 years. And losing her was hard for me because, like I said, I have a few friends, but they're, that's it. I don't really have a lot to do with people. I'm kind of shy, and I like to, and like I said, a lot of people think I'm weird when they first meet me and stuff. A lot of people think I'm weird, so I kind of accept it. I'm like, okay, this is just how I am. I can't really change it. I mean, I have interests that are different than most people. So I don't. I don't know. I like to be creative, and a lot of this channel, I think, was born out of the fact that when my mom passed away, I wanted an outlet to talk about these things, and with her gone, I wasn't able to really do that. So I kind of set up this channel in a way of getting over my grief of losing her. But I wanted to write this out to kind of get over my grief of losing my cat. I actually had two cats. They were both, I lost the one cat, her name was Baby, 4 years ago, and I lost Pinnacle, like this week, or on the 12th of September, 2016. So, I wanted to write this out, and I did it to help me, and I understand a lot of people won't care, and I don't care if you click off. This isn't really for you. I think this is more for me. But I wanted to do this, and this is my YouTube channel, and I needed to do this if only to get over this pain I'm feeling. So they always say that when you have a pet, you should try to look at things from their perspective. They say that you should, let's say who they but you should. I've heard, I guess. Try to write down their bio, but do it from their perspective. Do it from their point of view. When Pinnacle passed, I wanted to do a rundown of her life from her perspective. And like I said, this is for me. You guys could turn this off. It doesn't matter to me. You guys can unsub me if you want. This is for me, and I'm just doing this because I need this to be there. So I can go back to this and watch it and remember. So, anyways. Hi, my name is Pinnacle. I was born in 2000. My first parent was a woman named Carrie. Her boyfriend was a big golfing fan, so he named me after his favorite golf balls. They said I was the runt of the litter, huddled in a corner all by myself away from the other cats. Carrie said that she felt sorry for me, so that's why she got me. They had another cat named Simon. I liked Simon. Not long after Carrie got pregnant, she couldn't keep me, so I went to live with another person named Jamie. Simon didn't come with me. I didn't really like Jamie at first. Eventually he got another cat named Baby. Baby was all white, unlike me. I was brown and gray with some black. For the first little while we didn't get along. Jamie didn't seem to like me, so I stayed in the window. Sometimes he was mean to me. He would yell at me. Big meanie. One day in the winter, I was in the window hiding. He never found me there. I don't think he ever looked for me. That day the window ledge had water and ice on it. I was sitting in it, freezing my butt off. That was the day Jamie pulled me out of the window, and he helped me for a long time to get me warm. He told me he was sorry for being mean to me, and from that day on, he loved me. And slowly I grew to love him. Even though I was kind of standoffish, me being a runt and all, I became friends with Baby. We would clean each other in the window. We lived together for many, many, many years. Whenever Jamie would play on the computer, I would sit in his lap and needle. I loved to needle while he played. I grew to love my family. When Jamie would leave in the morning, I was always there to greet him. Now, Baby would actually get up and meet him at the door, not me. I just nodded my head. I got good at it. It became my way of greeting Jamie. Baby was different, more direct. I still remember the day when Jamie was upset. He was crying over something, and Baby went over and placed her paw on his lap to tell him it'll be okay. I love my baby. Well, anyway, at some point Baby got sick. The doctor said she had diabetes, which required her getting needles, the bad needles. She didn't like them, but they made her feel better. One day we moved. We moved into a place with some new people. A woman in a wheelchair and a man who was almost never home. I liked it there. Both Baby and I had good times there. Sadly, one day the woman in the wheelchair left and never came back. Jamie was very upset. We moved again. We lived in the basement of a large house, and even though Baby had a hard time with it, I didn't mind. About 4 months after we moved, Baby got sick. Really sick. Jamie took Baby away and she never came back. I was so upset, I sat by the door all night crying out for her to come back. But she never did. My friend was gone and I missed her. Not too long after, Jamie got a new cat. He was a kitten, a little troublemaker. His name was Marvin. He was okay. When you know it, not long after Marvin arrived, we moved again. Now this new place was perfect. I had a window view. I slept in the closet away from the troublemaker. I would wake Jamie up in the morning thanks to a cord hanging down off the TV stand. When I wanted to wake him up, I would knock it, and he would get up. I had him trained. Even Marvin and I had stopped getting on each other's nerves, and we would actually greet each other by touching noses. It wasn't much, but it was a start. A few weeks ago, I started to get sick. I don't know why, but I started to feel tired all the time, and I started to get skinny. If you saw me, you would know that I was already a little too skinny. I tried to get Jamie's attention, but sometimes he wouldn't listen. When he did start to listen, I was very sick. I didn't know what was wrong with me, but I knew it wasn't good. One day, Jamie took me to see the doctor, and yep, I was sick. Jamie brought me home, and I felt good for the first day. I think I was just happy to be back home, and I ran all over the yard. I was so happy. The next day, I noticed that I was having trouble walking. My back legs didn't seem to want to work. Thankfully, Jamie was there to pick me up and bring me to the bathroom for water. Every once in a while, I felt pretty good, and I would walk around the yard, but I was having trouble with it. On Sunday night, I decided to run around the yard one last time. I looked over. Jamie was watching me. I was so tired. I waited for him to come and get me. Of course, he did. Today I woke up and I couldn't walk. Jamie was very upset. He helped me to the bathroom, but I didn't feel like drinking. Jamie put me back in the bedroom, but then he tricked me and went back into the bathroom. I showed him. My legs weren't working well, but I dragged myself in there. For some reason, Jamie wouldn't stop crying. Later, I went for a car ride. Jamie wrapped me in my favorite blanket and held me tight. We went to see the doctor again. He took me into a small room where the doctor put something into my leg. It didn't hurt, or at least I wasn't going to show him it hurt. Jamie cried and cried. It's okay, Jamie. Don't cry. I love you.